Are you ready?
2, 3.
Use encouraging words because sometimes life gets a little bit tough.
You guys, watch your step. Big round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring it out. Careful with that gate. Whoa!
And his name is John C.
Connected with God, emulating the divine Holy Trinity.
All right, Miss Stevens, you are suing Mr. Dwight?
Gerald Dwight, Your Honor, yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dwight?
Yes.
For breach of contract, is that
That's
right?
correct, yep.
And what was the contract that you had with him?
Your Honor, we hired Pastor Dwight to officiate our wedding.
How do you know her?
Through our local church. that
So she comes
attends.
to your church?
Yeah,
You've
once in a
seen her
while.
in church many times?
She's not a member yet, but...
Okay, but she had been coming to your church, and then she asked you to officiate over her wedding?
Yes.
And who are you, the husband, fiance?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Stephen.
Okay, y'all married?
Yes, no, not anymore. Not yet. We couldn't because he wouldn't officiate our wedding.
Oh, he wouldn't officiate the wedding. Well, how long has she been coming to the church before she asked you to officiate her wedding?
About 3 weeks, Your Honor.
About 3 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. So what was the agreement? How much were you supposed to pay him? $5,000?
No, Your Honor, we paid him $200 for the wedding.
Right.
The cost of the wedding, since it didn't happen,
Right.
was $5,000. So
Okay.
that's $5,000 that went down the drain
Okay,
because he refused to.
So why didn't you officiate at her wedding?
Because of the way she was dressing, Your Honor.
How did she dress on her wedding day?
Skimpy, to say
What's
the least.
skimpy though? Like this?
Too short and too much cleavage.
Was it this?
Less. More,
Less
a
than
lot,
this?
A lot less.
You have pictures?
I do have a picture.
Let me see the picture.
May I approach the bench? Oh.
Well, let me say this before I even look at the picture. I know that there's a particular way that people need to dress when they come to court. But it just seems to me that you could dress any way you want to dress for your wedding. Now let me look at the picture. And I've seen brides in worse than this. And you told me she came to your church for 3 weeks. How was she
That's
dressing
right.
when she was walking in the church? She don't have a sense of style, so she had to be coming in the church dressed improperly.
Not to, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to,
Look at me. You don't want to what?
I'm trying to be careful what I'm trying to say, Your
No,
Honor, but I
say
guess...
it, say it.
Well, Your Honor, like I said, I mean, she dressed, I guess, okay. I mean, acceptable at church. That's
Okay.
why I was rather surprised when she showed up like
So
that
what
at
is
her
it that
wedding
you
of
didn't
all
want to
days.
say? You just said I don't want to say what?
I was going to say something that I think I would have regretted. But
Like
so,
what?
Like, you know, I guess I don't agree with the way she, in general, she dresses. Period. When she shows up for church, it was acceptable, but if I would have something to say about it,
Right.
I probably would have.
Right.
But they were nice people,
when you
and
told her you would officiate at the wedding, was the wedding supposed to be in the church?
It
Yes.
was. The wedding was in the church.
Right.
And
And you must not go to church often.
we started going to church pretty regularly. In
Just
the
because
last
he was
3
going to
months.
perform the wedding, though. But you weren't regular churchgoers. Because regular churchgoers don't go to church dressed like this.
We went to the church. We started going when
Because
we
you
were going
wanted
through.
him to officiate.
No,
No,
actually,
we were actually having some problems in our relationship.
we were.
And we had gotten some advice from a friend. Maybe you should go to church. It might help.
Did y'all go to him for counseling?
No.
No.
We
Okay.
did not.
No.
But
So
it
just
did.
saw him.
going,
And he agreed.
hearing the word of the
Yes,
Lord
yes,
and all
ma'am.
of that. What kind of church is this?
it's a Lutheran.
Coming
What I don't understand is why you didn't say to this lady that she had to dress a particular way if you were going to officiate.
Well, Your Honor, I just didn't expect that. It's not something that it's not a question that you try to clarify up front.
Right.
You know, when I agreed to be the
Right.
pastor of. So when
When
on the
she
wedding
showed
day,
up on the wedding and you saw her like dressed the way I just saw her, what did you do?
what I said to her is that, so where's the wedding dress? Literally.
Okay.
I asked her, so when are you going to be
Right, and she said, "This is it."
dressed? She's like, this is it.
And you said,
And I was laughing. I thought she was joking.
right. And
I
you
just
said,
didn't take it serious.
But did you tell her?
I tell her she needs to change. I told her that I would not be able to.
Your Honor.
When he's left out, is
Wait
that
a
he
minute,
agreed?
one of y'all, pick which one. Which
Your
one?
Honor, he came to me an hour before our wedding. Our wedding was at 3 p.m. He came to me at 2 p.m.
Right.
And we had that exchange.
Right.
And I thought, you know, that it was a funny
wait a minute,
exchange.
didn't y'all have a rehearsal?
We did have a rehearsal.
How did she dress at the rehearsal?
Not like this. Not like that
I mean,
at
you
all.
don't wear your wedding dress to
She
the
did not wear the
I
wedding dress.
see the way you dress here, so I can kind of believe this is kind of how you dress. So my question is, why were you so surprised of the way she dressed for her own wedding?
At the rehearsal, she was wearing a sweater. She was completely covered. It was
Right.
a longer dress. So it was very much a surprise when I saw her actually on the wedding day.
So you
'cause I
told
couldn't-
this lady she had to go home and change on her wedding day? How many people were there?
I
No,
sent my
Your Honor,
assistant.
he-
100.
How many?
100.
100 folks were there for the
Yes.
wedding?
Yes.
And Your Honor, he told me that. He actually didn't tell me that. He sent his assistant, and
Right.
that was at 2:30, which was
That is correct.
30 minutes before the
Right.
ceremony was supposed to take place.
Okay, well, I think it's totally inappropriate and I officiate weddings. I've done a lot of weddings myself. I wear my robe. However, the bride, if she wants to show up naked, it's her day.
I understand, Your
It's
Honor.
her day. And if you had certain rules in your church that you have a dress code for the wedding, if that's anywhere in your mind, then that's something that you're supposed to let people know the day
I did. I told her.
before the wedding. Before the wedding.
Your Honor,
You don't
I
allow-
have to uphold certain
excuse
standards.
Me, sir, Reverend, what are you? Reverend? Minister?
I'm
Father? What are you?
A pastor. I take my
Pastor?
job very seriously.
No, well, you
so-
don't take your job that seriously. Because let me
I
just
am.
say this to you. You call yourself a man of God. And these people have 100 people waiting for a ceremony. A young couple, I would imagine that this is a lot of money for them to have come with to spend on a wedding. And where does it say in the Bible? Because really, you're supposed to be a man of God in the cloth. Where does it say in the Bible that in order to be married, a woman has to wear a dress that is appropriate to the officiant?
In the face of God, when you look at this picture, Your Honor, I could not go through with it. I'm sorry. I have certain standards that I have to uphold for my church community.
Right. But,
And
I mean,
I've
who
let
are
her
you-
know. I've given her certain options. Let me explain to you, Your Honor. I've offered them several options.
What options did you offer them?
I told her that she could just wear a scarf to cover up,
Right.
or a wrap.
Right.
She refused.
Right.
I told her she could send somebody to a rental place and get a rented gown somewhere.
Your
But she
Honor-
refused. Let me continue, please. I even told her that she could just ask a friend or a family member and just borrow a
What
dress,
type of
but she
church is-
refused.
I mean, how many people, what do you call, members do you have in this church?
500.
And don't they take all kind of love offerings and all that kind of stuff in church?
Yes, we do.
You're going to
of
have to take
course.
up a real big love offering. Because your church is going to pay this $5,000. Because you had no right to tell a bride on her wedding day who spent all this money with people waiting that you got to go home and change her clothes. Who are you?
Your Honor, what she chose didn't
You
even
should have
qualify
told her. Guess what?
for as a.
Don't argue with me. You know what I told her
Bridal
when I
gown.
told her she had to go put a sweater on? I said at the bottom of your summons to come here, it says you need to dress appropriately for court.
And there's
So
such a thing
stop
for
it.
church
Do not
as
argue
well,
with me.
Your Honor.
Okay, Father, Pastor, whoever you are, don't argue with me. So she had noticed that she couldn't come in here dressed like this. You didn't give her any notice. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Good luck to you.
Go-go dancer Heather Vaughns is suing her former friend Malcolm Combs in the amount of $2,250. Ms. Vaughns claims Mr. Combs stole her persona and used it in his act, which caused her to lose bookings. Mr. Combs claims the clubs in their area like his appearance better, and it's not his fault the plaintiff lost wages.
All right, Miss Vaughn, You're suing Mr. Combs for $2,250 for lost wages?
That's correct.
Is that right?
It is.
Okay, so what's your relationship?
Well, Your Honor, let me start off by saying, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Well, our relationship, we have been best of friends for about 2 to 3 years. And a little bit.
How did y'all meet?
Well, we're actually both dancers, and we were
okay.
at a casting call for an audition with a famous artist.
Okay.
And as she struggled through her audition,
I
and
did not.
You did struggle.
I did not.
And I stepped in there and I helped her out. I
Right.
choreographed something on the fly for her,
Why
and
are
we
you
both got the job.
lying?
Ain't nobody lying. I don't see
So-
no lions and tigers and bears around here, boo. Right. Like I was saying, Judge Karen. So a little bit about.
Mr. Combs?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me, you're the defendant. Let me talk to the plaintiff a minute.
Sure.
So is he a good dancer?
He's a good dancer.
Okay, is she a good dancer?
She all right.
She's all right?
She all right.
Okay, so why are we here today?
Because he stole my persona.
He stole your persona. Is this your normal persona here?
Yeah, this is her. This is her in the flesh, boo.
Right.
This is her.
So
He
this
stole my alter ego.
is this your alter ego here?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. All this man with a bun and makeup on. This is her all day.
When I'm dancing, I'm like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Let me see that.
for real?
Yeah. I want to see you be like that when you're dancing. Go ahead.
Be me, boo. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, sashay away. Yeah.
You need to
Back
stop.
to the stand.
You need to stop.
So is that him?
No, girl.
I'm not girl.
I mean, Your Honor.
I'm not girl.
Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So you saying that what you just did is him?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't really know him, but from what I gathered so far, it just didn't seem like him.
He's extra. He's too extra. He
Right.
does too much.
Right.
I object. She's petty, Your
Right.
Honor. She's petty.
Right. Why are we here? Because you don't seem to be able to tell me why. I'm going to have to ask this defendant to tell me why we're here.
Please.
He stole my alter ego.
I didn't steal
That's
nothing
why
from
we're
her.
here.
Okay, so why are we here?
Because she caught tonsillitis during her bookings or whatever, and she called me to step in for her
Right.
because she couldn't perform herself.
Okay.
So I did that.
Right.
And when I get to the establishment to perform,
Wearing my same clothes.
I bought them clothes, boo.
I don't understand why I'm here.
Okay.
I still don't get it.
I work at 3 nightclubs.
Okay.
For
She
3 nights a
worked.
week.
Tell me
And I
why
get paid
we're here.
I get paid $250 a day.
All day?
At the
A night.
nightclub.
You mean
A
if you do
nightclub.
a gig, you get $250
I get
a gig?
$250 a night. Yes.
Okay.
And I was
And
sick.
how long would you dance for that $250?
What, 3 hours maybe?
3 hours.
3 hours
$250.
a night.
That doesn't seem like a lot of money to me. What do you make when you dance?
About $750 every time I book a gig.
3 hours.
You don't make $750.
I do make, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here because she
Nobody
claimed.
knows why we're here.
I'll tell you why we're here.
You've already
She's-
promised to tell me why we're here.
She's
You
suing
still-
me for $2,250.
Right.
Because
Because he was filling in for me.
I was. And
Okay.
then when she got well.
Did she ask you to fill in for her?
She did.
Okay.
She
And
did.
was there an agreement? What was the
There was
agreement?
agreement for him to lead a low profile, and he did not do that.
I mean, Your Honor, does it look like I can lead a low profile? At
No
the
matter
end of the day,
how hard
I'm
he
trying to
tries, he
support
would
him
never
and-
lead
she's
a low
upset
profile.
because now that she's better, the
Right.
clubs that I filled in for her with,
All right. Oh, they don't want her back.
Because I'm there working in her
okay.
place.
So is that what happened? You let him stand in your place?
I
and
let
he
him
took
stand
your
in my place.
I did. Well, at least that's what she says I did. Now,
Right.
in terms of stealing her alter ego,
Right.
Your Honor.
Well, there's no such lawsuit for theft of an alter ego, so we don't even need to go there. We don't need to go there. So you're saying because you asked him to step into your place, the folks liked him better. Now he got hired. You want
I did him a
2,000
favor.
I understand,
to
but
do
you want
that, to make some money.
$2,250 for what?
Because she can't get her clubs back because Roxanne Montana is still working there.
Right. Well, who's a better dancer?
Myself, of course. Dog.
Let me see.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to tell me twice. Get
Can you do what he just did? Excuse me? Can you do what he just did?
I can, but I'm wearing a dress, so I don't want.
I understand. But I did see you dance. If you didn't have some legal agreement with him, I mean, you asked him to step in and somebody just happened to like him. Did you have a contract with somebody?
No.
How's the friendship gonna go from here?
What she want to do?
What you want to do? You want to be friends?
I care about him.
So that means, yes, I want us to still be friends?
If I
I
gotta pay
guess, yeah.
$2,000.
Well, you're
Yes.
not paying $2,000. She sued the wrong person. So we want to kiss and make up? Or you don't want to mess up your makeup?
You know it.
Good luck to you both. Judgment for the defendant.
Thank you.
All right.